Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're new to my channel, this is where MAGA comes to talk. My name's Brian Craig. Welcome. And boy, oh boy, did President Trump have a spectacular event in Iowa yesterday. You know, all these wannabes, Ramaswamy with his rap. By the way, was he really, wasn't he singing over Eminem? I don't know, I think he's getting a little more credit for his rap abilities than he deserves. But anyway, DeSantis has been living in Iowa for the past, 3 months or so. Ramaswamy's been there. They've all been there. And Trump flies in for really a short time, and he just took over the entire state of Iowa in the Iowa State Fair just like that. I mean, he just, boom, came in like the boss that he is. And a lot of things happened, including a brief little press conference that Trump had at the airport when he was getting ready to leave on Trump Force One, which I'm going to play in a moment, so stay tuned for that. But if you look at what Trump did yesterday, it was absolutely amazing on so many different levels, right? Here he is. He is a president of the United States. And he flew there at great expense on his own plane. You know, he's not like these other people that have to borrow a plane or hitch a ride on Epstein's jet or something. He's got his own major jet. He flew there with a whole group of people, Republican, Florida congressmen who have endorsed him instead of their governor and my governor, Ron DeSanctimonious, which was amazing. And he walked through the fair as normal as he possibly could with a Secret Service detail, and it was amazing. And you could feel the love that the people have for Trump just watching that. And things didn't go so well for these other I don't care what they say, but I want to get into first. I want to play this audio that President Trump from this bit of a press conference. Now, this woman to the left of Trump, is that Byron Donalds' wife? Does anyone know? Because I think she's standing next to Byron Donalds, and it looks like they have their arms locked. It's hard to tell, but is that Byron Donalds' wife? I'm not sure. But anyway, watch this. This is good stuff, because we got another indictment coming. Oh, I've got another scandal with the D.C. judge, right? This is like the third scandal involving the judge in the D.C. trial. We'll get to that in a bit.
Take a plea deal?
One more photo, Ted.
Is there any
Florida delegation have a message for your governor?
Is there any chance you take a plea deal in Georgia?
Plea deals. We did nothing wrong. We don't ever take a plea deal.
Yes, sir.
We don't take plea deals. It's a wise guy question.
Are you going to change
It's
this?
a wise guy. We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong.
You hear that? We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong. And, this is these creeps in the media, the Uniparty, the Democrat Republican establishment, all the usual Trump derangement syndrome sufferers. This is something that they've been talking about for the last, week or two, talking about a plea deal. These corrupt Justice Department people, this corrupt White House, if you look at what they've done with a lot of these people that they've come after around Trump, okay, they go after them, they try to get them to make a plea deal, right? A lot of this happened with J6 prisoners. A lot of them make plea deals because, some of these people, they're facing decades in prison. And you've got the government that comes in and they overcharge you. They scare you with 20 years or more in prison, and they make plea deals. This happens all the time. And this is a tactic which I don't know if should even be allowed. It seems like a misuse of the power of the government, of prosecutors. But they're using the same tactic that they use like on regular middle-class people, on a president of the United States who's a billionaire many, many times over. And they figure if they get all these cases going and they get all these, these legal fees, which are in the tens of millions, his lawyers are $2,000 an hour, some of them probably more, that he'll just make a plea deal. They've been talking about this in the corporate media the last week or two, and now they asked him about this. It's not going to work against this guy, okay? It would work against normal people But Donald Trump is not a mortal man. And so let's go back.
You take a plea
Got
deal?
one more call over, Ted.
Does any of the
Is there
members of
any-
the Florida delegation have
is
a
there-
message for your governor?
Is there any chance you take a plea deal in Georgia?
Plea deals. We did nothing wrong. We don't ever take a plea deal.
Yes, sir.
We don't take plea deals. It's a wise guy question.
Are you going to change
It's
this?
a wise guy.
Are you gonna-
We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong. It's for
We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong. I mean, this is amazing. And, you know, it blows my mind. It really blows my mind that these never-Trumpers think they're going to get him to make a plea deal. They don't understand. He has unlimited resources, right? He has unlimited resources to go up against all these kangaroo court things that they're doing against him, including in Atlanta. And even if he didn't have his billions of dollars, he's got us. And I think we'd all donate money to a legal defense fund. He'd probably do it now, right? So he has unlimited resources to stand up against this. And they just don't seem to realize it because they convince themselves that, you know, one of those Rachel Maddow, Joy Behar talking points is he's not as rich as he says he is. So I think they kind of believe all that crap that MSNBC put out all the time. He's not as rich as he says he is, so he won't be able to afford it. He's plenty rich. He's probably richer than he says he is because he's not so much of a bragger. But this is a good time, people. This is really, truly a great time. And when you saw President Trump yesterday, you could tell that this is a special thing. He's more popular than he ever has been. And the Iowa State Fair yesterday was proof of that. And, you know, you've got these losers and wannabes that are going to be at the debate on Fox News. What is it, a week from this, from what, like Thursday or something? It's like not this week, but the week after is when they're having really it's a mock debate. How can you have a debate without Donald Trump there? But this shows you how stupid them having a debate is when you see this. Hey, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, morning, Brian. This is Richie.
Hey, Richie the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, how you? You know, I seen at the end on our, on what he said to that reporter. I give that reporter a lot of credit because that reporter can now say that was the last attack made on President Trump. From the first one was the escalator, coming down the escalator. They just don't stop, and they don't get it.
No,
they don't get it at all. You know, he went there with the all-star team of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ron DeSantis, I mean, that was an all-star team, man.
Yeah.
If you were going to get the best congressman for MAGA, if the only one was Marjorie Taylor Greene there, I didn't.
She was not there, but she wasn't there. But I'll tell you, there was when he went into that little room, whatever that little restaurant was, and gave his little talk, and the Florida congressman came up, Brian Mast, who's the congressman who lost his legs in the war on terror. Trump helped him. His legs. And I've seen Brian Mast in person a couple times, and I saw him at a Trump rally going up the stairs. It is so difficult for that guy to get around, more so than you realize.
Yeah, it is.
But Trump helped him up on stage. You know, he's got no legs. He's got those legs kind of look like Terminator legs, I call them. Trump helps him up on stage, and then Brian Mast says to the crowd, "You see how President Trump helped me up on the stage? That's how he helps our veterans." And the crowd went wild. And
nuts.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think it would occur to DeSantis or Biden or any of these others to help Brian Mast up on the stage if he was there for him.
Well, because he's real, believe it. All these people that call up and knock him all the time. This is a real person. I haven't seen anything fake about him in all these years. I mean, people keep on throwing up the casinos in Atlantic City. I mean, listen, if you're a business owner and your business is not doing well, and it had nothing to do with him. It had to do with Atlantic City wasn't doing well, by the way, at that time. Mm-hmm. The boardwalk was, they made a big deal with Atlantic City. I don't want to change your topic, but when Trump put his casinos in there, they made a big deal out of it, but they never cleaned up the city. So buses were going in from New York and Philadelphia in and out.
Exactly.
They did, and a lot of people didn't stay at those hotels. because they were afraid to stay in those hotels. The only safe
dangerous.
place in that place was that boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a ghetto and a junkyard dog over there.
Well, yeah, but
So
I want
when
to
Trump
stick with
declared-
Iowa yesterday. I mean, did you see him walking through the
Yeah.
fair yesterday?
Yeah,
Oh.
because he's a regular. He's a regular, the millionaire regular guy.
Yeah, he's
And
not
you wanna
like
know
this. He's
something?
not
He
like this
talks-
jackass Pence who doesn't even know how to pump gas into a car.
They are all phony, and it shows, man. I mean, it really shows. People, like I told you on your radio show, they got to drop out already. Why
Yeah.
are they wasting money? This Ronna McDaniel. I'm so sorry that she won that thing
Well.
again. She is clueless.
Mitt Romney's
she's
niece.
behind all of this. She's behind all this. This is the wrong thing to do. This is weakening us because the money that could be, there's a lot. There's a ground game that could be going on right now for the general election. And by the way, I don't think this Biden is ever going to I'm going to make a prediction. Can I make a prediction what's going to happen with Biden?
Why
Biden,
not?
Biden is, if they can get his son indicted quick enough, which I think they might try, okay? Biden will resign, but before he resigns, he'll pardon his son. And he can't. And if he pardons his son and doesn't resign, he'll get voted out because
Yeah.
everyone sees what's going on here.
I'm
now.
surprised
They
he
can't
hasn't
hide it
pardoned him
anymore.
already. Hey, Richie, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. All right, take care. Oh, no, another call coming through. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
You know, you're right. It wouldn't have occurred to these other jokers to get this guy on stage.
Brian
you know?
Mast, yes.
Yeah, Brian Mast. It wouldn't have occurred to him. Everything occurs to Trump. I mean, yeah, they're trying to bankrupt this guy by
Good luck.
taking him with all his lawfare stuff, you know, and that. But you know what? You said your entire congressional delegation. No, not your entire delegation. Anna Paulina Luna wasn't there only because she was pregnant.
No, she was there.
She was there? I thought-
Yeah, she went up on stage with Trump. Yeah, she was there.
Oh, I thought they said she. I thought they said she was going to
No,
make it.
she
'cause-
was. She maybe they did. I don't know, but
Wow.
she was on stage with Trump. Yeah, pregnant and all.
Wow, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I mean, she's one of his biggest supporters there. You
Yeah,
know?
she's got that MAGA baby in her womb.
Yep. But yeah, these guys don't understand what they're dealing with. They're trying to treat him like they're treating his consigliaries, you know, the guys who speak for
Well,
him.
they're trying to do to Trump what they're trying to do to his valet, right? They bring all these federal charges against you and bankrupt you, so you make a deal so that your family doesn't lose everything, and it's just not going to work. Hey, Mike, I appreciate the call. By the way, you're all welcome to call in. It's a toll-free number, no matter where you're watching. If you're watching live, you can call in. The number is 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. You know, here is Chris Christie. Says here, this is in the Hill. I've been talking about this the last week or two. Christie seeks to win by getting under Trump's skin. See, the whole thing with Chris Christie, no one's going to vote for this fat ass, okay? He's an asshole. Everyone hates him. And the whole reason that he has a campaign, Chris Christie, is because the backers behind him are the uniparty never-Trumpers. And Chris Christie is a nasty guy, and they have spent however many millions they have to spend to get him eligible for the debate so he can go in the debate and bark at Trump. Because all these other guys are a bunch of wussies. They're not going to be able to bark at Trump and yell at Trump, but Chris Christie can, you know. And, Trump's not going to do the debate, but his campaign's a fake campaign. He's supposed to be the one that brings Trump down during the debate. And that's just not going to happen. But, it's an interesting thing because how much money did Chris Christie have to raise to be in this debate? Think about how much money they've spent to just give Chris Christie an opportunity to bark at Trump, and it's not going to happen. You know, it's kind of a funny thing if you think about it, but they're going to keep him along probably till the next one at least to see if Trump will do it. And I hope he doesn't do any debates. Hey, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Rob from Atlanta.
Hey, Rob, what's up?
Yeah, I was watching your show a little bit earlier this week, and you were talking about Fannie Lewis and Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yes.
So she actually put a RICO charge on that gang, and she has nothing to do with the gang member. Why would Trump lie like that?
What lie?
He lied about her having an affair with a gang member. The leader.
No, actually, we don't know. No, that's not true. There's been no investigative reporting to look into that story.
I live in Atlanta, Brian.
Oh, so you know? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is great. You live in Atlanta,
Yeah,
so you know. This is
RICO.
interesting. What do you do?
RICO.
Oh, slow down, guy. This is an interesting thing.
Beat up, buddy.
Stop waiting to talk. Can't you just have a conversation? So this is an interesting thing. You're in Atlanta, and you have some ability to know everyone who they're having sex with.
How could she have sex with the dude when he's locked up?
We don't know which. No, we don't. President Trump hasn't said which dude she was having sex
with.
He
doesn't even know he's just saying stuff, so he's lying. So he doesn't know he's just saying
well,
stuff.
first off, no.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, you can have it both ways.
Does he have proof that she had an affair with him?
Well, it's been alleged by many people, and it's up to. But we know this.
No, she doesn't have.
But we know this. She's corrupt.
So he doesn't have proof.
I don't know what he has. I don't know. I wouldn't. I would. To my knowledge, hold on a second here. Now, maybe you can think of an example. I have never heard President Trump make an accusation about an individual that turned out not to be true. Can you think of another one other than this?
Are you sure about that?
Give me an example of something.
About the Gold Star family.
What did he say about Gold Star families that was not true?
He said that and then he said that John.
No. What did he say that was not true about a Gold Star family?
Okay, do you remember the Muslim Gold Star family?
Yes.
Remember that when he was first doing the campaign? You probably don't remember the
things
that
he
said about him, that he wasn't a hero? That is,
which,
do you remember that? The one he lied about that?
No, I don't remember that one.
That was early. Okay, so I'm going to go back to John McCain. And you remember that when he said
what did he say about, no. I'm not talking about things he said about people that were nasty.
Okay,
what did he say about John McCain that wasn't, excuse me, what did he say about, what did he,
he wasn't a war hero.
He wasn't a war hero.
Did Trump ever volunteer
excuse
for
me,
war?
John McCain was not a war hero.
Trump is, right?
What did McCain do? What did McCain do that made him a war hero?
He served his country. Trump
not didn't. What does that mean? President Trump served his country for 4 years in the White House.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was commander-in-chief of the Army.
We're talking about the Army.
He was the commander-in-chief of all the military branches.
That's why it's hard to believe you MAGA folks, because y'all just make up anything.
Excuse me. Serving in the military does not make you a hero. What about Nadal Hassan? He served in the military. Was he a hero? Was Nadal Hassan, who served in the Army, was Nadal Hassan?
Putting your life on the line for this country doesn't make you a hero on your own.
Was Nadal Hassan, who was an Army major, was he a hero? I'm not on the witness stand with you. This isn't a court of law. This is a court of public opinion.
Stop getting MAGA mad.
Please. You're not getting anyone mad. You're just rude and don't know how to have a phone conversation.
You're upset, pal.
No, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
Yes, you are. I can hear it.
If that's what gets you through your day, believe it, but I'm not upset.
Did Trump prove that the DA had an affair with
well, he doesn't have to prove anything. He has made an allegation, and you know what? Not only has he made the allegation, she hasn't denied it since he made the allegation.
Why was she even addressed?
Well, if he is saying things about her that are untrue and possibly illegal, why has she not denied it?
Why would she give Trump that energy? Why would she give
Well, because he has accused her of doing something that might be illegal.
Okay, so can I accuse Trump of being a racist?
It's not illegal to be a racist.
But don't you think it's wrong for the president to be a racist? Probably
I think it's wrong for people to be racist like you're a racist. Tell me something good. Okay, yeah, okay. Like you're a racist. Tell me something good about white people.
I don't have.
Tell me something good. Tell me something good about white people.
What do you mean? Tell you something? They're people.
Well, I think you're a racist. I think you're an anti-white racist.
You need to. I don't have any power to be.
You don't have anything good to say about white people. Okay, shocker. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tell me something good about white people.
Oh,
Hello. You're on
wow,
the air.
Yep, sorry about that. How come
That's
you
okay.
talk to people with so much diarrhea?
It's a living.
God,
That's what I do for a living.
That was something else. That's what I find
he
is you can't really...
He couldn't think of one good thing to say about white people. Did you hear that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you could hear what he was saying, because the mouth was not stopping, and so you couldn't really engage with each other.
No,
so nobody learned anything.
We learned something. That Donald Trump is always right. That's what we learned, because he really can't shoot down. I mean, think about it. Donald Trump had said that Fannie Lewis, who's this corrupt prosecutor in Atlanta, had an affair with either a gang leader or a gang member. And this is something that very well could be illegal, because she was prosecuting gangs and such. So why would she not discredit Trump and deny the allegation? I would. If somebody made an allegation like that about me, I would deny it, unless it was true.
One of the things you notice about President Trump is that he does not say things like that. He doesn't. He doesn't come out and say stuff like that all the time. But when he does, it's like your ears perk up and you go, "What?" Because it probably something to it. Anyway,
I've never known Trump to say something about an individual that in the end turned out not to be true.
Yeah, that's eerie? That's why I say you listen to him. Wish the news was like that.
Yeah, right. Hey, man, I appreciate the call.
Thanks
so much. Yeah, you're all welcome to call in. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're watching the stream. If you're watching live. If you're not watching live, you can't call live, but I live stream 7 days a week on this channel, so make sure you subscribe if you're new and click the notification bell, like the video. The number to call in is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. So this D.C. judge is as corrupt gets. And there's something new that just came out on her this morning that I'm going to share with you in a moment. But she has so many conflicts of interest. She needs to recuse herself from the case, and this new one is devastating to her. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Louisiana.
Hey, Louisiana. What's up?
Hey, I've been wanting to call in and ask you this question about the impeachment stuff. Do you think Trump is telling McCarthy not to do nothing?
I don't know what you mean. Be more specific.
Like for the impeachment and all this stuff?
Oh, you mean the impeachment of Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very distinct possibility. This is a very big possibility going on with McCarthy. Okay, McCarthy is Trump's puppet Speaker of the House. He's only Speaker because of Trump, and Trump could. Yeah. So this is a. I'm not saying this is 100% true, but there's a very strong possibility of this. The Democrats in the media are ready to drop Biden. They don't like him, and if the Republicans in the House go to impeach him, there's a risk that we run of the Democrats and the liberal media circling the wagons of support around Biden. So there very well could be a strategy by President Trump with Kevin McCarthy to not impeach Biden because it could help him with Democrats in the polls. And I think you can make a strong case for that. So it may be the smart thing to do to not impeach that senile old hair sniffer.
I think they're going to do the 25th Amendment on him.
You think Kamala Harris is going to do that?
Yeah.
That would involve Kamala Harris.
I think the deep state's going to take Biden out and put Kamala in there?
Well, all right. Hey, listen. Thanks. No, the 25th Amendment. It doesn't work like that. Okay. A lot of people that just assume that, the 25th Amendment is the vice president goes to the cabinet, they sign off that the president's unfit, and he gets removed from office, and then the vice president becomes the president. That is not how it works. How it works is the vice president becomes the acting president, and the entire process goes to the Congress, and in the Congress, the president, which in this instance would be Biden, go and make a case to stay in office. No, it's not gonna happen. It doesn't work quite that way. So let me get back to this. So we've got something new on the corrupt judge in D.C. So just to go over a couple of the things that she should have recused herself for already, and then I'll get to the new one. She was a partner of the law firm that Hunter Biden worked at while he worked there. So she was Hunter Biden's boss. That's one. I mean, that's insane. While she was Hunter Biden's boss, Hunter Biden had one big fish client. It was Burisma that was paying the law firm boatloads of money. So this judge in D.C. worked for Burisma and took Burisma money as a partner to the firm that employed her employee, Hunter Biden. Then it came out Thursday or Friday, I can't remember which day, it was either Thursday or Friday, that her law firm that she was an equity partner in, she left the law firm to get the federal judgeship, that her law firm represented Huma Ahmadine during the Hillary email server stuff. Huma Ahmadine is Hillary's girlfriend that was involved in all that stuff. She was married to that Anthony Weiner guy. Wesley, $5 super chat. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for that. Good morning. I think the HOFR should still conduct an impeachment. That's the House of Representatives, so they can increase its legal firepower against plugs. Plugs is what Rush called Biden when he was getting hair transplants. So anyway, so she worked for Burisma. She was the boss of Hunter Biden at the law firm, and worked for represented Huma Ahmadine. These are scandalous things, all of which should force her to recuse herself from the case. But she's a corrupt Democrat appointed by Obama. Well, look at this. We got something new today in the Gateway Pundit. The Obama-appointed judge in the Trump case previously has expressed anger that Trump was still free and not behind bars. So what happened to this non-biased jurist we're supposed to have? So she has said in the past that Trump belongs behind bars. Uh-oh. Let me read this from the Gateway Pundit. How is this woman allowed to oversee Trump's January 6th trial? Obama-appointed Judge Tanya Chutkan previously expressed anger that President Trump was a free man and not behind bars in October 2022. So this is recent stuff, guys. This is less than a year ago. In October, she slammed President Trump as she berated a J6er during a sentencing hearing. It's blind loyalty to one person who, by the way, remains free to this day, the judge said, referring to Trump as she blasted a J6er. She also said January 6th protesters tried to violently overthrow the government. So she has said it's a blind loyalty to one person who, by the way, remains free to this day. So she's saying that President Trump should be behind bars. Look at this. Julie Kelly, she tweeted, today Judge Tanya Chutkan warned Trump's lawyers that politics had no place in her courtroom. But here's the judge berating a J6er during a sentencing hearing in October. She clearly expressed anger that Trump was still free and not behind bars. How can this woman be the judge in a case like this? She's got to recuse herself, guys. She's got to recuse herself or be removed by some people in authority. I mean, my goodness, even those of you that are Democrats, unless you don't think we should have a fair justice system, if you think that people you don't like should go up against kangaroo judges and kangaroo juries and corrupt prosecutors and just be sent to prison, then I guess things are okay. But I just don't think that's appropriate in my mind. So this Iowa State Fair yesterday. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. This is Eric in Alabama.
Hey, Eric. What's up?
Trump has is he's setting them up. When he goes to court, he's got all the evidence, every bit of it. Space Force has tied it all together, and he's going to bring them down if they put this in a full trial.
Well, that sounds good to me, okay? Because we want Trump to be victorious. So this Iowa State Fair was just a disaster for Ron DeSantis. I had a clip yesterday of a woman at the Iowa State Fair with a bullhorn who was saying all kinds of things at him. But look at this. Florida governor, this is my governor, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis had to walk through a crowd chanting, "We love Trump and we want Trump," during the Iowa State Fair on Saturday. DeSantis had been flipping burgers in an attempt to court voters when Donald Trump's plane was spotted overhead. And this is when the Trump plane flew overhead. Why? There's some salty language here from one of the guys. He's all excited. Here it comes. That's it.
That's his fucking plane.
That's right. It is. They're all excited at the Iowa State Fair when Trump's flying over. No one's watching DeSantis, and then DeSantis comes out to speak, and it's just a freaking disaster. I love it.
I gotta go with that.
Don't you? You know, do you know what it must be like? I could not imagine what it must be like for Ron DeSantis to get up on stage and speak to a group of people, and this is how they react to you.
I gotta go with that.
Yes, we love Trump. Yes, yes, yes. I know you guys in the chat room. For the most part, there's a few onlookers, but a few trolls. But I know most of you do love Trump, and it continued. Look at this. This is from another angle. There's the same barn. See, look at his. Here he is. Here's Ron DeSantis. He doesn't look very happy. He's walking through this MAGA crowd, yelling, "We love Trump."
Trump.
That is some of the best trolling I have ever seen. I love that one. I love that one. And then, I got another video here. This one I haven't seen yet. This one I just saw a moment ago and hadn't looked at it yet. Here's the plane. See, there's Trump's plane. Hear how nuts they get when his plane flies over? I feel a little bad for his kid. His kid, DeSantis's kids might be saying, "Why don't they love you, Daddy? Why do they love Uncle Donald?" Oh my Lord, that was just so beautiful, though. You got, listen, he shouldn't use his children as political props like he did in his commercials and everything. Now, listen, if you'd like to support my content, my live stream, my podcast, and everything that it is I do, go to mypillow.com and buy something. The limited edition 20th anniversary MyPillow, normally $69.98, is just $19.98. That's for the queen size, just $19.98. It's normally $69.98. This is the Giza Elegance pillow, by the way, and they have a limited edition 20th anniversary version of it. The king size is $29.98 with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. These are great pillows. It's an upscale version of the MyPillow. This is the kind of MyPillow you would find if you stayed at Mar-a-Lago or Trump Tower or something. And it has that same patented fill, of course, inside that Mike Lindell invented. But the outside, the case is made with that beautiful Giza cotton that the sheets are made out of. And again, this is a limited edition 20th anniversary MyPillow because 20 years ago, Mike Lindell introduced the world to the MyPillow. It's a great deal. And of course, The My Pillow 2.0 with cooling technology that my wife and I sleep on each and every night is buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. Now remember, you can use our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout on any of the items at mypillow.com, not just the ones I talk about. Now, the My Pillow 2.0 that's buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE has the cooling technology. Now again, inside, it has the same patented fill as the other My Pillows, and you can get these at any fill level you want. But the outside is made with this new material that Mike Lindell discovered. It's a cooling material, a cooling thread, and it keeps your head, your face, and your neck perfectly cool all night long, even during these hot summer months. And it's buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. But as I said, you can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with my promo code KANE at checkout, no matter what it says, okay? So, and anytime you do that, you're supporting the show, you're supporting all of my content, and of course, the great Mike Lindell, too. So I do appreciate that, guys. Now, a few other things I want to show here. I got some other clips here that I want to show. This is President Trump as he was walking through the Iowa State Fair, which was just, I mean, you know, I don't know, you guys, I know you guys that love Trump, you get it. The Trump haters, the Trump derangement sufferers, they don't. This guy was president of the United States, and he will be again. I have never seen a president of the United States go to the Iowa State Fair, or any fair for that matter, and walk around like a regular person. Have you? Watch this. This is cool as it gets.
What did you just say to the president?
So President Trump had pork producers in the Oval Office more than any other president. He was very supportive of farmers that produce the food that we need in America.
It's such a crucial time right now in America. This country's facing a food shortage, and China coming over.
This is Brian Glenn from Right Side Broadcasting talking, doing the interview.
You've been a big supporter of the farmers here in Iowa.
I've always been, and we have the caps, and we say make the farmers great again. We actually changed our little phrase, make the farmers great, and I've been
That's
for
right.
ethanol where others haven't. And we're with it, and with you guys, with the pork, because I like it. We all like it. We like the
That's
job
right.
you do, too. You're great. Thank you, man. So this is the biggest crowd they've ever had, and I'm honored by it. I heard they set a record, which was announced actually a long time ago, and I'm very honored by it. And they say there's one reason for it, and
It's you.
You know what the real reason is? They want to
You.
see our country be great again.
That's
It's
right.
not for me. It's for they want to see our country be great again, because this country is going down the tubes. It's going to hell, and we don't want to. We're not going to stand for it, right?
And doesn't he look great, by the way? Trump is the only man to be president and look younger when he leaves the White House.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Thank you.
Where is the pool camera? I think it's great. I think it's a real honor to be here. All right, let me just move this gentleman a little bit. It's a real honor to be here. We have a record that was set. The record is the largest crowd they've ever had, and I can see that because you can't get any more people here. But I'm very honored by it. It's a tremendous thing to watch this and to see this. Now, we do have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Iowa, but there's a record crowd. They've never had anything even close, so I'm very happy by it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much. You know what? They should really try and get this country back together. What they've done to this country by weaponization, by the things that they're doing that are so illegal and so wrong, they should try and get our country back together. They are destroying our country. And the media, unfortunately,
Yeah. I mean, that was just a great... Everything at the Iowa State Fair, as short as it was just spectacular. Now, this is a clip I started with, but I want to play it again because it needs to be seen.
Is there any Florida delegation?
Oh, no, hold on. Let me flip over here. Here we go. Hold on a second, guys. All right.
Is there any Florida delegation have a message for your governor?
Is there any chance you take a plea deal in Georgia?
Plea deals. We did nothing wrong. We don't ever take a plea deal.
Yes, sir.
We don't take plea deals. It's a wise guy question.
Are you going to change
It's
this?
the wise guy. We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong. It's
I love it. We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong. Oh, guys, that's great. Anyone else wearing their MAGA hat? I am. I just felt like this is like a MAGA hat wearing day. So the crowd is huge for Trump. I mean, look at this. Look at this crowd, and there's our great president surrounded by the Secret Service, and look at these people. You know, and this thing about Trump, okay? He has been on U.S. tour since 2015. He's been traveling around for 8 years and still turns crowds out like this at every event on a dime that he's at. Who else could do that? Who else? No one. No musical act, no celebrity, no politician. And this is one of the reasons they hate him, because he's got us, the people, behind him. Wow. I mean, that's beautiful. I've never seen anything like this before. And with all due respect, I think that little song that they're singing is much more interesting and fun to listen to than listen to Ramaswamy sing over Eminem's lyrics, with Eminem playing in the background. And here's the president getting back on Trump Force One after he left. There's Matt Gaetz in the T-shirt, and in front of Matt Gaetz is Matt Gaetz' wife.
There he goes. Congressman Matt Gaetz in front of him.
There he is.
As he waves goodbye to the president.
Yeah, I mean, that's just insane. And look at the treatment that DeSantis got. We love Trump. We want Trump. Go back to Florida. They were chanting at him yesterday. I mean, my Lord, this is just amazing. Here's an article that was in the Daily Mail. This is a good one. The Battle of Iowa State Fair. Trump swoops in to woo GOP voters and waves grilled pork chop at cheering crowds before blasting DeSantis, who was plagued by foul-mouthed protesters again. Foul-mouthed. We love Trump. Is that what they call being foul-mouthed? Donald Trump made a grand entrance at the Iowa State Fair on Saturday, overshadowing Ron DeSantis and other contenders for the Republican presidential nomination, who were trying to counter the power of the former president. Yes. Trump, who was leading DeSantis, his closest rival by double digits in the polls, told Daily Mail the Florida governor should drop out of the race. He didn't have many people show up, Trump said of DeSantis. That's not good. He's doing very, very poorly in the polls, very, very poorly, and I think he's going to be leaving the race pretty soon, I think, Trump said about DeSantis. Now, that's an interesting thing, because when, Trump just doesn't say stuff. He's very informed, he knows what's going on, and this is Donald Trump being told that the donors have left him, and, Ed Rollins left him, and it's about over. So that's like some inside information we got from President Trump there. Asked if he would debate DeSantis, Trump replied, he really should leave the race. I love that answer. DeSantis, meanwhile, struggled to outshine the former president as the two candidates worked the fairgrounds on the same day. He said he and his wife, Casey, brought their 3 children to the state fair, riding the bumper cars and visiting the pork tent. But the Florida governor's time on the ground was marred by protesters who heckled him at his own events. There he is. He's a good dad. I'm not going to take that away from him. But he really shouldn't be bringing his kids to these things. The reason he brings his kids is because he's got these old timers from the Bush era running his campaign, Karl Rove, Jeb, and all this stuff. And they're running a campaign like it's the 80s. So he's out there trying to act like, this cookie cutter guy. And the more people see of him, the more they dislike him. A group of 5 liberal protesters disrupted DeSantis' first event, a fair-side chat with Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, before they were ejected and banned from returning to the fairgrounds until September 2024. DeSantis' talk continued after the protesters were taken out. A small child fell asleep as the Florida governor spoke. Oh, boy. And as DeSantis worked the grill at the pork producers event, the crowd turned away for him to watch Trump Force One fly overhead. That's that video I showed earlier. Meanwhile, the former president arrived in grandeur that only Trump can bring. Trump Force One flew low over the fairgrounds for the crowd to see. Secret Service waited a long line of people waiting to get into Steers and Steins to see the former president. Mobs followed him throughout the fairgrounds, shouting his name. Oh, yeah, definite showman. A definite showman. I mean, that was just beautiful. And you know what he does? He gives us a little injection of what we need, hope. You know, we've got this corrupt, senile, old freak Joe Biden who takes bribes running the country into the toilet. They don't care. They got cocaine at the White House. They're taking bribes at the White House. They're getting us involved in wars against Russia and God knows what else they're doing. And prices are going through the roof, and it can bring you down. But Trump comes into the fairgrounds and lifts us all up. At his speech to supporters, Trump mocked the other contenders at the fair that day. In addition to DeSantis, Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy were also campaigning in Iowa. The other candidates came here, and they had like 6 people, Trump said. All while he mentioned the competition, his short speech, he spoke less than 15 minutes, was missing some of his signature lines from his last presidential campaign. He did not mention Hunter, who is now under special counsel investigation. That is not true, by the way. There is no special counsel. That's a big lie, and it's a scheme. I'm going to talk more about that on the stream tomorrow morning. But what they've done is there's no special counsel. That's a lie. And what they're doing is they're trying to interfere with the congressional committees in the House investigating all of this, so that when they call witnesses forward, they'll claim they can't speak because of the non-existent special counsel investigation. Trump did needle the competition. He brought with him a host of prominent Florida Republicans who have endorsed him over DeSantis. And that's amazing because, you know, DeSantis' whole campaign is, I'm great in Florida. I've done great in Florida. We've got these very prominent, like Matt Gaetz and Byron Donalds, Republican members of Congress that are from Florida, and they endorsed Trump over DeSantis. That doesn't say too much good about DeSantis. One of them, Representative Matt Gaetz, told a crowd of supporters that burgers were being grilled at the fair. Rare, medium rare, and well done. But the most done you can be is Ron DeSantis. Oh, that's a good line. He is very funny. He's got good comedic lines and timing, Matt Gaetz. Trump spent only about an hour on the ground in Iowa. He stopped at the pork tent, an animal center. That was like a livestock market. I get, you know, the Daily Mail here, they're out of England. I don't know if they know what livestock markets are. And then addressed a crowd at Steers and Steins, the popular beer joint on the fairgrounds. During his remarks, he repeated his claim about the election, blah, blah, blah. He also told the crowd, we'll be back, and noted he leads in the polls, but we don't want to take any chances. We love you very much. Stay healthy, stay safe, and, you know, stay strong, he said. His first stop of the day was the pork producer's tent, where he accepted a grilled chop and waved it to the crowd, who roared back in delight. You want it? He said to one supporter, handing it over. Hell yeah. Would you guys take Trump's pork chop? Hell yeah, I'd take it. I'd save it. I'd seal it and keep it, right? I'd vacuum pack it, vacuum seal it. The former president was mobbed everywhere he went at the fairgrounds. He attempted to look at cows at one of the animal tents, but was surrounded by people who wanted photos and his signature. Trump shook hands as he worked the crowd. Word spread quickly through the fairgrounds about where the former president could be seen. Crowds lined up at each venue to shout his name, and a current of electricity and excitement followed the former president. There was even a new campaign gear, bright green hats that read, Donald Trump, back to back Iowa champ, and bright green t-shirts reading, make our farmers great again. All right, so let me play this. Hold on, there's going to be an ad here. Hold on, let me get through this. Let's play this video they have here of President Trump. Hold on, let me cue it up. It was just a wonderful day. I mean, it doesn't get better than the Iowa State Fair yesterday. Okay, so here we go. This is the Daily Mail's video from the fair. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Turn around. I mean, think about this. A president of the United States walking through a crowd like this.
Mr. President. God bless Mr. Trump.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Can I have a picture?
Good job you did. Well, the good job you did.
Mr. President, what's your message to Ron DeSantis here?
Well, he didn't have many people show up. That's not good. He's doing very poorly in the polls. Very, very poorly. And I think he's going to be leaving the race pretty soon, I think.
Are you going to debate him?
He should. He really should leave the race.
Thank you for supporting Fervor.
I like that. Let's go back. I like that. Let's watch that again.
Have a picture.
Good job you did. Well, the good job he did.
Mr. President, what's your message to Ron DeSantis here?
Well, he didn't have many people show up. That's not good. He's doing very poorly in the polls. Very, very poorly. And I think he's going to be leaving the race pretty soon, I think.
Are you going to debate him?
He should. He really should leave the race.
Thank you for supporting Fervor.
Thank you. Yeah, I did. 28 billion from China.
President.
Thank you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, and of course, President Trump dressed down yesterday. He didn't wear a tie. He went without a tie, dressing down a little bit. I mean, can you imagine? You know, all these other candidates are trying to look like they belong in Iowa and stuff like this. He shows up in a suit on a hot day like that. Could you imagine what it must have been like? Secret Service did a great job. Here he is, our great president. Here is Ron DeSantis, not in a good mood. You know, Casey is pretending, but DeSantis is like, oh my goodness, I'm done. Here's the greatest president ever with the crowd. And notice they're not yelling DeSantis or anything. He does wear the suit out of respect. He wears the suit out of respect for the office of president. That's why he wears the suit. He's got outdoor wear. He goes golfing. You know, Neil gifted 10 memberships. Thanks, Neil. That's awesome. And the new remember members, you got all those cool emojis on top of getting your name in the different color. I mean, look at this crowd. This is just beautiful stuff. Look at that. Oh man, hundreds of Trump supporters lined up just to catch him with their own eyes. You know, it's so exciting. How many of you in the live stream chat have been in the presence of Trump where you've seen him with your own eyes? Not through a video screen, not through a phone, not on TV, but with your own eyes. There's just something electrifying when you see him in person, you know? And this is my Make America Great Again hat that I was wearing the last time I saw him. President Trump saw this hat at Turning Point with his own eyes. You know, so I've got two hats of wisdom. My MAGA hats that Trump has seen with his own eyes. I feel like I get a little bit of Trump wisdom on these MAGA hats. So I love it. I have one that's older that's like kind of sun faded that he's seen like 15 times. But because it was Turning Point, I wanted to wear one that was nicer. So I got this new one, you know, that I wore. Welcome, welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to the new members to the channel. Look at Matt Gaetz here. Look at that. I mean, Matt Gaetz, he is just having a great time. Look at this crowd. Look at that. You know, I haven't heard anyone speculate on the number of people that were at the fair and compare that to the numbers that have been at the fair in Iowa in the past. I've not heard anybody do that. And here's DeSantis. Again, does he look happy? Does DeSantis look happy? You know, DeSantis screwed his whole life up. You know, DeSantis had everything ramped up. He would have been the nominee in 2028. And he got excited, he and his wife, and he went out there and started dissing Trump and ran against him, and he has destroyed his entire future. His future might be, you know, flipping burgers and pork chops somewhere. Who knows? And, of course, this is one of the attendees of the DeSantis speech falling fast asleep through boredom. Yes, yes, yes. Well, look at all those new members. Thanks for gifting those memberships. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And you look at the love of the people. This Secret Service agent here, notice how she's dressed to blend in with the crowd, but not blend in too much. You can see her, but she's blended in with the crowd, as are these guys. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. And here's DeSantis, like, acting. You know, if Mr. Radio, $10 super chat. Thank you, thank you. Brian, you were the best, hands down. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mr. Radio. So, DeSantis here, think about this. He's playing whatever game he's playing, whatever he's doing, you know, throwing his career away, throwing his future away. I don't know what this game is. But look, nobody seems to care. And if Trump were here playing this game, do you think there would be all this empty space around President Trump like DeSantis? No one even cares enough to go over here and try to get in the game with him or get a selfie or be near him. If this were Trump playing this game, you wouldn't see any of this stuff back here. It would be a wall of people. And that's exactly why he shouldn't debate any of these people, because they're not players. They are not in his league. And you don't want to debate people that are losers that aren't really in the game with you. It'd be insane to do that. So this is DeSantis. He's speaking with the governor of Iowa on stage here, the Fairside Chat stage.
So Ron's out there doing the 99
Okay, now there's some disruptors with cowbells and
county
whistles.
tour. I think you may be ahead of me. Hey, you know what? We're in Iowa, and in Iowa, we're Iowa nice. So let's give everybody the opportunity to hear our...
Okay, now if you notice, I'll rewind it because you can't see when I pause. DeSantis's face, he is really depressed.
Ahead of me. Hey, you know what? We're in Iowa, and in Iowa, we're Iowa nice. So let's give everybody the opportunity to hear our candidates. So we'll stop until you do, but we're all going to have an opportunity to hear from each and every candidate. That's what we've been doing. So, okay, so you're doing the 99 county tour. I'm very competitive. I think you may be ahead of me in your business. Whoa, no. So tell me, you're putting in a lot of miles. Talk to me about what you're hearing and seeing across Iowa.
Well, I think what we're hearing is people
hearing a bunch of whistles across Iowa and cowbells.
Understand that our country's in decline, and we need to reverse this decline and revive what's great about America. We need an economy where middle-class families have a chance to get ahead again. We need a secure southern border. We can't let the drug cartels keep eating our lunch.
Okay, now just to give you a background, because, I do public speaking for a living, like I'm doing now, and I do this every day and done it for 30 years. When you've got something going on in your life that is serious, that's upsetting, and you've got to go and be on a stage or speak to a group of people, it's not all that easy. And I have an ability that no matter what's going on in my life, when I'm on the air, I can block it out while I'm on the air. And it's kind of a cruel thing to do, but you have to do it so you can go up there. And just from my experience as a public speaker, looking at DeSantis in that clip, he is physically ill inside. He is having an anxiety attack, a panic attack. It's the same thing inside right now. He's very upset. He's very depressed. He feels like a loser, and he feels like he effed up. You know what? And he did F up. And this Iowa State Fair. A lot of things have been happening. He's not had one moment of good news in his entire campaign, but the Iowa State Fair this weekend, it was the final, just acknowledgement to himself that I effed up. I'm done. I'm a loser. That you can see that in him throughout the fair and the treatment that he was getting from the crowd. They hate him in Iowa, and he's been there for months. Meanwhile, protesters ambushed DeSantis, Trump's closest rival for the GOP nomination, at every stop on Saturday. DeSantis started the morning at a Fairside Chat. Hey, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, this is Rob from California.
Hey, Rob, what's up, man?
I got to say one thing about Trump. I have never, ever seen a political figure, and I do not want to call him a politician.
Yeah.
Because politicians lie. Mm-hmm. So I hate when people call him a politician. But anyway, I've never seen a political figure like Trump get so much love.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Have you?
Oh.
Have you ever seen it?
Never. No one. No one. Ever. Ever. No one. And
And
that's
one
one of the
more thing,
reasons
Mr.
they hate him.
Yeah, and one more thing. I don't think anyone in the whole world loves America more than Donald John Trump.
Well, it's not just America, it's the people. You know, these politicians in Washington hate the people.
They do.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I love you covered. I'm watching you, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Well, thanks so much. A call from California. Yeah, you're all welcome to call in, no matter where you're watching the stream. If you're watching live, you can call me toll free, 1-888-465-2631. I live stream 7 days a week. It's the same number every day, 1-888-465-2631. Itchy Brain, thanks for that $5 super chat. V for Trump. That's right. V for Trump. Absolutely. DeSantis started the morning. This is just a disaster for DeSantis. Oh. It's just disaster. I almost feel bad for DeSantis. DeSantis started the morning at a fireside chat with Iowa's Republican Governor Kim Reynolds. Awaiting him were protesters blowing whistles and ringing bells, drowning him out. They were eventually removed. Well, it's nice that Mr. Tough Guy, who wants to be the leader of the free world, had a woman defend him and take up for him like that, huh? What a way to look tough. During all this, a plane flew in circles overhead with a banner that reads, "Be likable, Ron." Oh, my goodness. Imagine seeing that. The former president has many supporters in Iowa, but some Republicans are expressing doubt about his abilities to beat Joe Biden. Well, who has doubts? Okay, so here we have, let me pull this one up. We got another video here. This is DeSantis talking to supporters. Okay, hold on, let me pull this video up. DeSantis talking to supporters. Okay. Now, I'm unclear on exactly when this was. Is this before he was heckled, before they were saying, go back to... I don't know exactly when this was, but this is DeSantis talking to supporters.
So I'll pitch to him and he'll hit, but then he watched the movie Rookie of the Year, which is probably from the 90s, but basically a 12-year-old kid.
So basically, he has no crowd here, right? Is that the governor of Iowa over there? And the people around him are press and campaign workers, not supporters.
I'll pitch to him and
See,
he'll
look.
hit, but then he watched the movie Rookie of the Year, which is probably from the 90s, but basically a 12-year-old kid gets surgery and all of a sudden throws. He pitches for the Cubs. So he wants to pitch to me, so I'll get there with his bat. He'll pitch. I'll hit it. It dents the bat. Okay, I can't use that. Then there's an old wooden bat, like a very short T-ball bat, and he throws to me, and I break the bat with that. And so he's like, "Daddy, you're breaking the bat," but it's because he's throwing the fastballs in there.
Yeah, so to say that that's DeSantis talking to supporters, that's an that was the press, Kim Reynolds, the governor, and his family, and maybe some campaign workers. In fact, you can see in the background, the regular people are not even interested. Oh my goodness, this was just a disaster for DeSantis. Here's the Trump supporters waiting for the president. Look at that. Oh, there he is. And look at this. The people are not even looking at DeSantis. Liberal protesters were dragged away from Ron DeSantis' appearance. This is the best support he's gotten, is this protester who's having a seizure, it looks like. Protesters filled a Ron DeSantis event, drowning him out. That's this. These are all Trump people. As DeSantis comes by, here's Ramaswamy rapping. You know, we don't need to see that. Trump maintains dominance as Scott surges by 10 points and DeSantis crashes in Iowa. And, of course, right now, the dark red here, this red is where they are right now. This is where they were. So President Trump, this is in Iowa, is at 43, and DeSantis is at 17. Look, he's dropped 9 points, DeSantis, while Trump has gained. So DeSantis at 17, Tim Scott at 11, Ramaswamy at 5, Pence at 3. Who are these 3 percenters for Pence? Haley at 3, Chris Christie at 3, Doug Burgum. These guys don't even count. 2%, 1%, 1, undecided 11. Give me a break. All right, what's this here? Protesters arrested as they clash with DeSantis supporters. Okay, let me pull this video up. I've not seen this video, so we'll see what this video is. By the way, if you're new to my channel, subscribe. This is the most pro-Donald Trump MAGA place you will find anywhere, I promise you. Okay, they have some great moments at the Iowa State Fair, and every moment is a Trump moment, isn't it?
Midwest there, but we love everybody that comes down to Florida, but particularly
That's security.
Southwest Florida from Iowa and other parts.
Thank you.
No, that's not security.
So I appreciate that and appreciate the friendly competition. So Ron's out there. You contrast economic that I don't know why he's doubling down on that, but talk about the contrast and what you would do to address Bidenomics.
On day one, we take all Biden regulations and executive orders and throw them in the trash can. Bidenomics is basically...
Okay, so DeSantis, here's the guy who wants to lead America to freedom and prosperity. He calls in literally the brown shirts against a protester. Looks like a state trooper in a brown outfit. So they're wearing a brown shirt, and he's got a woman taking care of him and running cover DeSantis, the governor of Iowa. He sends in the cops against a woman. I mean, come on. You know, give me a break. DeSantis does not, to me, show any, like, masculinity. Does he to you guys? Do you see any masculinity from DeSantis at all? I mean, I know I don't like DeSantis, but but still, I don't think it's Trump or DeSantis syndrome I have here. I just think he doesn't really show manliness and leadership. Now, here's President Trump when he was speaking inside that restaurant. The lighting wasn't very good, but that's okay. We'll still... Any chance to hear Trump speak?
Which president took care of crime? Which president had our economy on fire? Which president brought Middle East peace? Near and dear to my heart, which president took care of the U.S. military? So it's an easy answer. Which president, the president, is going to win on January 15th in Iowa?
I mean, that was just beautiful stuff, guys. I mean, that was just... It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Oh, look at this. Look at this crowd. I mean, this just blows my mind. Mac318, welcome as a member to the channel. And remember, those of you that are members, not only do you get your name in a cool color in the chat so you stand out, you have access to all these super cool emojis. My wife makes those emojis. So members, go look at the emojis and see that they're pretty cool. So look at this. So here's the crowd again as President Trump comes through. Look at this. That's just awesome. Doesn't get better than that. I mean, just the love of that crowd. And, you know, even in small doses, you didn't see anything like that for any of the other candidates. Just none. None. Look at this. All for Trump. Wow.
You can see a lot better up here, too.
It's just amazing. Just amazing. You know, the other people there, people were there to maybe would see them, but you didn't have that love from the crowd towards any of these other candidates. Certainly not the numbers, but you could feel the love of the people for President Trump. So here's President Trump when he pulled in. Look at this. Look at the people lined up as he pulls up. There he is. And you hear the roar when he steps out of the door and they see him. Awesome. there's never been a moment like this with any president, any politician, any candidate. And you know what? A cool thing about it too, you know, we're living through this history with Trump, is all these crowds are organic. What I mean is, whatever Trump rally it is, or the fair yesterday, these are people that drive themselves there. Like if you've been to a Trump rally where you bust in by any activist groups like the Democrats do, no, you got in your car and you went. You know, and to have this many people show up at their, going to great lengths to do it and traveling in their own cars, expense and everything else, just for the hope to get a glimpse of him, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, Democrats, they bust people in to all their events, and they don't get crowds like Trump. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. It's Eddie from Virginia.
Hey, Eddie. What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to talk real quick about Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yes.
You know, you're the first. You know, you're the first host that I've heard really talk about Vivek the way you do, and really exposing the character flaws that this guy has. You know, he's fakeness. He's scripted responses to literally every question. There's a script that he uses for every question. I don't know if you noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
He repeats the same script over and over. It's so irritating, and people are falling for this thing. And I wanted to ask a question. Do you know if there's any way to get word to President Trump about this? You know, because I don't know if President Trump is seeing it, but he keeps giving good compliments to this guy. I don't want, him to fall into the Trump
I'll tell you a
camp.
couple things. About Trump. One thing about Trump, and I saw this in the first campaign, Trump knows everything that's going on. Okay? Trump knows everything that's going on. Okay? And if Trump himself, people in his orbit do listen to me on the program here from time to time, they hear these things. And how do you think I got up close and personal to him at Turning Point, guys? Yeah, you know, so, but believe me, they know. Now, so far as not saying bad things about Ramaswamy and saying a couple complimentary things, if you follow Trump since he came down the escalator, you could even go back before that, he never attacks someone first. He doesn't go after someone until they go after him. You notice that? He doesn't go after someone unless they go after him first. And Ramaswamy hasn't done that.
Okay.
And another thing too, when he's in the primaries, he always goes after the front runner, and then when he knocks out that front runner, and there's a new front runner, he goes after who the new front runner is. So that's why he hasn't gone after Ramaswamy. There's, you know.
Okay. I'm going to have to trust your judgment on that because, you know, what you say is 100% correct. I'm just, you know, wary of this Ramaswamy guy, you know, worming his way into the Trump camp. And
I don't like it either.
You know.
I don't like it either, and I'm not going to back off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people tell me I shouldn't be talking this way. The very fact that he got that scholarship to graduate school from George Soros's brother, that alone is a disqualifier. Anyone with a Soros connection should not be in the MAGA movement. Not in a no. Yeah. That's enough to he and his wife. I saw it on YouTube yesterday. Harris Faulkner at Fox did a piece on Ramaswamy's life with wife, not life, on his wife, and it was so infomercial-ish.
It was so infomercial. I watched
you saw it?
I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I watched it, and his wife is kind of like him, going by a script. I mean, these people don't even have. They can't talk naturally. They have to use a script. It's ridiculous, you know. And I say, you know, public speakers that can't speak naturally the way Donald Trump does, you know, he follows the script sometimes, but, you know, he'll go all veer off the script and make a joke, you know, tell a story. I mean, people who can't do that and, you know, they have people following them that believe every word they're saying. I don't know how that happens, but, you know.
It happens.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate the call. Don't worry. Believe me, Trump knows more about Ramaswamy than we know.
All right. I'm gonna trust your judgment on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, take care, man. Thanks for the call.
All right, man. Take care, man. Bye.
All right. By the way, it is anyone who is watching live, you are always welcome to give me a call. It's a toll-free call, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. I got some more clips I want to share with you. But before we do that, I want to go back to mypillow.com. Oh, man. Now, again, you can use my promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout on any special you see at mypillow.com, not just the ones I'm sharing with you. And every time you buy something with my promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, you're supporting all of my content, and it helps a lot. I just wanted to talk briefly about the MyPillow pet beds. We have these for our dog and cat, and your pet will love them. Just $29.99 with the promo code KANE at checkout. And these pet beds are amazing. Inside is the same patented fill from the pillows. And they come in many different colors and different sizes, for different size animals and everything else. They have little tiny ones for small dogs, but we have the big ones for all of them. But they have little small ones, but we have the big ones. They're completely machine washable, okay? Completely machine washable. And, we've had other pet beds, and the other pet beds, they got foam underneath and a cover. You can never wash the foam. You can wash the cover. It never fits on right. And animals are animals, right? And they bring dander. They pee on them. They vomit. You can never get it off. With the MyPillow pet beds, you wash and dry the entire pet bed. And we wash ours all the time and hot, and then we dry it, and it's like the day we got it every time. And you'll love it. Your pets will love it. I know our pets, all of them, have loved the MyPillow pet bed. As low as $29.99 with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. All right, and again, you can use our promo code for all the specials at mypillow.com, not just the ones that I'm sharing with you. So let me play another clip. Now, I did play this clip earlier in the stream, but I don't care. I want to hear it again. President Trump's so good yesterday.
It's a beautiful day in Iowa, but there's a record crowd. They've never had anything even close, so I'm very happy by it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. You know what? They should really try and get this country back together. What they've done to this country by weaponization, by the things that they're doing that are so illegal and so wrong, they should try and get our country back together. They are destroying our country. And the media, unfortunately, the media is a very big part of it. It's a beautiful...
It is. I mean, it is true. And look at the energy. Not only did he fly there and, he has to entertain and everything as he's flying, but also he's walking around in that summer heat, right, surrounded by people with their body heat in a suit, and he's at his age, and he's still so full of energy and excitement.
And you can be proud of our country again. Right now, our country is a laughing stock all over the world. What we're doing to our country with millions and millions of people pouring into our country with no voter ID, with so many things. It's just so horrible. You see your taxes are going through the roof. What I've done, and I just feel so strongly about the farmers. You had somebody say, well, we don't really care about the farmers, meaning about the other side, and they don't care about the farmers. I don't even think they're coming here to campaign because they know they're not going to be able to beat us. Nobody's done what we've done. And
just a great little speech. I was expecting like a big speech, and when I first saw what it was going to be like at the little thing, I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that. And then when he got up there, it was better. I think walking through the fair, going through the livestock market, talking to the crowd, going in this restaurant with all the Republicans and having the little talk, I think that was better than like a big extended speech. Don't you guys? It was short. And I think what the biggest thing that the Iowa State Fair did this weekend for President Trump was show who the people truly love. And I want to pull up a clip that is an important clip. Let me pull this up. I played this on my podcast with my wife on Friday. I played it on the stream yesterday, but it's an important one. Hold on, I got to find it here. I didn't plan on playing it, so I don't have it queued up here. But it really shows... okay, here it is. Hold on, let me find it here. Let me just...
And here to share there.
Okay, let me share this with you. Okay, now I did share this yesterday, and so what we got out of Iowa yesterday is the people, right? That's you, that's me, the love that we have for President Trump. These other people are a joke. And this clip, I've been playing this since Friday, and I think it's so important. Jonah Goldberg is on CNN with Dana Bash. And you got to remember, Jonah Goldberg is a Republican. He's one of the Weekly Standard guys. And so, he's part of the never Trumper, Trump derangement syndrome suffering uniparty, but he's a Republican. And what he says about the American people will just shock you and disgust you. Listen to this. This is CNN on Friday.
And here to share their insights, minus the fried food, CNN's Nia Malika Henderson, Jonah Goldberg of The Dispatch,
That's not Jonah
and
Goldberg.
Sung Min Kim of The Associated
That's Sung Min
Press.
Kim.
He really does have a great assignment.
Yes.
We can all go out
Corn
there.
dogs. That's
Corn dogs. So he's at a place where not the big donors, regular Iowans are going around, some who are Republican voters, who are not Republican voters. But we thought this was a chance just to kind of take a look at small dollar donors in Iowa. The New York Times.
Listen to this guy. Now, I want you guys to listen to this. And when you hear them say this, think about the love that the Iowans at the state fair had yesterday for President Trump.
Today, there is no flood of Iowans rushing to support Ron DeSantis. Through the end of June, just 17 Iowans had given his campaign $200 or more. Nikki Haley, who lags far behind him in the polls, had 25 such Iowa donors, while Mr. Trump had 117, Mike Pence just 7. What does that tell you?
It tells me it's early yet for the grassroots work in Iowa. And I don't know what the baseline is or what small donors was 4 years ago or anything like that. I do think, though, we're seeing time and time again that political contests are being nationalized. So small donors in Iowa they're more important as an indicator of grassroots support than anything else. But I just also think that we are dealing with a time where...
Okay, now this next part... Listen to what this Republican, never Trumper, says to Dana Bash. This next part, Jonah Goldberg, that's why I played this clip. By the way, Wesley, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Rush made the point months and years ago that he has a connection with his supporters that no other politician has. That's true, Donald Trump, no politician has. Now listen to what Jonah Goldberg says about you, me, and these wonderful people loving on our great President Trump at the Iowa State Fair. Listen to this.
I think that we were dealing with a time where there were a lot of people, there was a lot of cheering and self-congratulation about the rise of small donors a decade ago. And now small donors are actually one of the biggest problems for democracy, for the GOP, because large donors actually have a strategic view about moderation, who can win, who can't. Small donors really are just venting their spleen with their credit card, and they lock candidates into positions that can hurt them in a general election.
Such an important point.
Such an important point. The biggest threat to democracy are that the people have a voice. That's Jonah Goldberg, never Trumper Republican, Uniparty, Weekly Standard Republican, Jonah Goldberg, to Dana Bash. Such a great point. A threat to democracy are the people having a voice. That's what he said. Can you imagine? So that's what we're dealing with, people. And yesterday at the Iowa State Fair, as you and I watch this, and are so excited and jazzed. I mean, I have goosebumps watching some of that footage. Jonah Goldberg, Dana Bash, and these never Trumpers are physically ill. They're very upset. They're depressed. They don't understand it. And all they can think of is how can they stop him? How can they stop him? This threat to democracy that the people are behind him. What can we do? It's pretty crazy stuff. Now, listen, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk, people. And you will love my content. If you're new here and you've just discovered me, you'll love this channel, I promise you. Everyone else, make sure you like the video. I live stream 7 days a week. When you like the video, it tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video and my other videos to people that have not yet found my channel. It helps my channel get discovered by people who enjoy this kind of content. So liking the video helps a lot, guys, if you're already subbed. And, of course, click that notification bell so you get a notification when I go live or I upload my podcast with my wife, Kathy, here as well. My name's Brian Craig. Thanks so much, guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.